I had used a switch. Ooh, look at these. So I thought, you know, I focused on the wrong thing in my video and I almost deleted it, but I didn't. I'm new to content creating. I'm new to Fortnite creative. It's really easy for me to compare myself to other creators. I focused on the that's a fun idea. And I almost deleted it, but I didn't. That's a fluffy one because the theme is soft and creating. I'm new to Fortnite. You go on social media and you see all of this beautiful art that people are making, and I can think, oh, like I'll never be as good as that. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. You go on social media and you see all of this beautiful art that people are making. If you can relate to the experience of comparing yourself to other artists, and like let me know how you handle that feeling for yourself. What is a soft thing, like a flower? If you can relate to the experience of dandelions to other artists, and like let me know how you handle that feeling for yourself. Right. What I came to understand is I'm not gonna be as good as, you know, whatever incredible artist. I'm never gonna be as good as they are at being them. I can be good at being myself, and I don't have to be perfect either in order to make a difference as good as my community, in order to be proud of my work. So what are my strengths? I like to bring people together. If you'll notice this thing that I'm making right now, this collage, and I'm making this in Canva, which I'll put a link to that website in the description. Not Nat, I just really love this. Really love Canva. That I'm making right now, this collage, and I'm making this in Canva, which I'll put a link to that website in the description. Not Nat, I just this is actually for really love Canva. Our weekly art challenge in my Discord. Every week we vote on a theme for our art that week, and so the theme this week is soft. And if you want to join in, you can join my Discord, link in the description. I'm getting better at learning how the Fortnite creative devices work, learning 3D modeling, I'm learning Blender and Unreal to prepare for Fortnite Creative 2.0. We know it's coming, asset import. Also just taking care of myself. I'm trying to get better at that. I've been going on a lot of hikes in the hills, which is something that really helps me. Asset import. Also like taking care of myself. I'm trying to get better at that. I've been going on a lot of hikes in the hills, which is something that really helps me. Asset import. Also like taking care of myself. I'm trying to get better at that. I've been going on a lot of hikes in the hills, which is something that really helps me. Asset import. Also like taking care of myself. I love confetti. Wow. Oh, things just got good. So basically, I'm still here. You're gonna see more of me soon. Wow. Okay, now that's too much confetti. If you are one of the people who is seeing this video because you subscribe to this channel and maybe you even click that little bell for notifications. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. This is just the beginning. You can check out my live streams every Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific. You can also join my Discord. Keep creating, keep playing. Hello. We're live streaming. Now, what's What's going on?
Hello.
Oh boy. Okay.
We're live streaming.
All right. What's going on in the chat? Okay, here, just a second. I'll change to the scene that we want. Okay. Guess what? I forgot to turn my lights on. Let's turn them on. All right, that's one light. I have 3 lights. There we go. Okay, stop it, please. Oh my god. All right. What's this? Whatever. Okay. Okay. If only y'all could see my setup here. It is like it's very precarious. I just have like lights clamped to, one of them is clamped to like a guitar stand. The other one is clamped to another lamp. There's a lamp attached to another lamp. And my camera is attached to my monitor. It's a mess. So let's check out, let's see what chat's doing. This is a Snapchat lens. And I really like it. Okay, all right. It's not a real bow. Yeah, we have a screen chat now. It's very professional, but it also blocks my hierarchy in Blender. So good luck seeing what I'm doing there. All right. Bronze Sword says, come at me, Nightbot. Yeah, Bronze Sword's probably going to get in trouble from Nightbot. It always happens. Hello, Pascal. Hi, Rufilo. I think it's Ruffilo. God damn it. I'm really sorry. You're going to have to... I think it's Rufy. Okay. I feel so... Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Why can all I hear are 10 different BlueClairy? So Bronze Sword, I think, is trolling me because I think at the time when Bronze Sword said that, my mic was actually muted. Pascal says, cause tree. Okay, tree? Not sure about that. What tree? Only tree. Hi, Cerulean Poet. That's my cousin. Cousin Elizabeth. Bronze Sword saying hi to Cerulean. I'm just catching everybody up on the chat, which you can probably see if you're watching, but Bronze Sword says, keep creating, keep playing, I believe in you. That's my little catchphrase that I came up with. Yeah. It's semi-transparent. We can see through it. I'm kind of. You can kind of see through it. Yeah, Bronze Sword is on Discord. I mean, Bronze Sword, I don't know. I don't know if you want to talk about your Discord. Okay. Here. All right. Bronze Sword, I think, has a Discord that you can join. I'm not sure if Bronze Sword's still doing that. I haven't checked in on it in a bit because I'm a bad friend. But Bronze Sword at some point did have a Discord. Check it out. So I'm all ready for my Blender times. I have a little highlight on my mouse so you can see my mouse better. I also have over here in the bottom left, you can see what keys I'm pressing, which is like pretty cool, right? You can see me pressing all the wrong hotkeys. And today... Great. Well, that's fun. I don't know why you could hear 10 of me speaking. I don't know. But I'll rewatch the VOD and see that. It's always a surprise. There's always surprises when I'm streaming. You don't know what you're gonna get in terms of audio. So here we are, we're in Blender. The plan is today I want to learn character modeling. I want to learn how to make little guys, little friends. Some people say they want to make enemies. I want to make friends. I want to make friendly little NPCs that can give you tips or follow you around, whatever. Oh yeah, Bronze Sword is in my Discord for sure. Bronze Sword has a special role, I think. Bronze Sword has a Discord decorator role, which is a role that you can get in my Discord by making little things, challenges. I put out challenges for stuff that you can make for the Discord. Like you can make, right now we're asking for a welcome sign, so you can make a little sign that says welcome that we can use in our Discord to welcome people, and you get a special role. It's really exciting. What is the input display? I need it. Oh yeah, Bronze Sword. But it's for Blender. So it wouldn't work for speedrunning and stuff. It's specifically a Blender add-on. Like, it's actually, like, the options for it are up here, which you can't see because they're behind the chat. But it is native within Blender. It's not an OBS thing. Okay. So if you are doing a Blender speedrunning, making a character or something, then you could use it. Now, check this out. We're going to make a character. I want to make little friends. Not enemies. We're going to make friends. Maybe we'll make enemies someday. And I have a course that I actually bought. It was on sale. This is off of Udemy. And it's a couple different instructors. But one of them is Grant Abbitt, who I love. Grant Abbitt is a really great a really great instructor. I've watched a lot of their YouTube videos, and now I have a little course, so I don't have to watch the YouTube ads. It'll be great for all of us, so we don't have to get interrupted. Now, it starts out, this course, also welcome everybody. I don't know if I really said welcome, so yeah, Bronze, it is a blender. It's a blender. It's a blender add-on. So here's what we have. I'm gonna skip some of this intro stuff because, as we all know, I'm a Blender pro. I'm not a pro, but I do know basics of how to like get around the screen, so I don't really need some of this. And then it looks like I actually don't know about the, oh yeah, I know about mirroring. I don't really remember it, but I knew about it at one point. So it looks like this section is teaching us how to make like a mech.
And a mech, I reckon, is a really cool character to make. So, Grant, can you tell us a little bit more about?
But I don't really want to make a mech. I already looked at the picture of what it's going to look like, and I don't really care. It's like a robot kind of thing. So maybe I'll make that someday.
I feel like this end
but
needs to be wider.
I'll show you what it's going to look like, and I'll show you why I'm not going to bother making it. It's fine. It's a robot. I might make it later, but for right now, what I'm interested in is like animation and rigging. So we're going to skip ahead in the course, and I might regret this. You have me on record saying this might be a big mistake, but I'm going to skip past the modeling courses and pretend that I'm good at modeling, which I'm not. And we're gonna check out how to make skeletal meshes, put little bones inside of our models and move them with animation. It really might be a mistake, but we're gonna try that because it looks like the first one of these animation rigging tutorials. I looked at it a little bit, and it doesn't look like it's the modeling aspect of it is that hard. So we're gonna just check that out. Yeah, we'll see. I honestly, yeah, it definitely, you know, we might be making a big mistake, but doesn't matter because if we make a mistake, we'll just fix it. Pascal, my latest speed run, 0.0001 second. Wow, speed run of life. We don't even know what that was a speed run of. Okay, so my chat is over here. My course is over here. So we really are gonna be. Actually, I said learn, BlueClairy learns live, learn with BlueClairy. It's happening. We're doing it live. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm learning this from scratch. So, welcome to Blender. Now, check it out. We're gonna watch this. Okay, so we don't want to make the mech. We're skipping that because I'm into making bad choices in my life. We're speed running. Honestly, we're talking about speed running in the chat. I'm speed running this course. They paid $12 for. But it's worth it because I really like Grant Abbitt. Okay, now we're gonna do creating the body. Okay, we're not making the mech. We don't care. I care about what Grant Abbitt wants me to learn, but I'm just not gonna learn it right now. Okay, I wanted to do detailed sculpting. Again, we're gonna skip that for now. UV unwrapping. This is all stuff I really do need to know. Is like painting and whatever, that kind of stuff. That actually is useful to me, but I'm skipping to animation. Section intro. Should we watch the intro? No, we don't need to watch the intro. I already know what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, welcome to the animation course. It's fine. There's gonna be key information that I really need in there. Okay. We're doing it live. Okay. We're not gonna watch the intro because we don't need it. Again. We're doing it live. Basics of keyframing.
In this lecture, we'll be learning the basics of animation and keyframing so we can get ready to rig our character.
Now, if y'all remember the last time I did a stream, this is where everything went wrong. Because I was trying to make a butterfly, and then I was trying to animate the butterfly. And that's where everything went wrong, was because I couldn't figure out what the person was trying to tell me to do with the animation part of the tutorial. I made the model, and then I couldn't animate it because I was very confused. So, I know that Grant Abbitt is a good teacher, so hopefully I'll be able to do animation this time, and it won't fall apart the way that it did last time. Hi, Jungle! Jungle X Creates is here. Bronze Sword is saying hello to Jungle. I love seeing people say hi to each other. That's very nice. Jungle X, we're doing a tutorial. Well, I'm not making a tutorial. I'm watching a tutorial. I'm trying to learn how to animate characters. Now, I skipped past the part of the tutorial where we make the characters. So we didn't make a character, but we're kind of trying to animate something. So we'll see. I am speed running this tutorial.
probably desperate to jump into some animation.
Did you hear that? He just said, you're probably desperate to jump into some animation. He doesn't even know. Grant Abbitt doesn't even know how much of this course I skipped.
Getting your character to run around and bash things up.
No, I don't want to bash
It's
things up.
important to understand the basics of animation and therefore the basics of rigging.
Okay.
So we'll go through a couple of basic exercises. So I'm in the basic scene here, and we're going to animate the default cube so you understand how animation
We're gonna animate the default cube. We're not even gonna delete it. Do you see this? We're not even gonna delete the default cube. We're just gonna leave it here. This is chaotic energy.
And use
wow.
the animation tab for this.
Oh shit. Okay. Already. Okay. Already we're lost. Alright, we did it. OCD is here! Hello, OCD. Bronzeword, should I make you a mod in my chat? I think you were a mod on my Twitch. Maybe I'll make Bronzeword a mod later. Maybe the Nightbot won't bully him so much. Alright, so we did the first step. I'm feeling good about this. OCD, have you tried animating yet? Probably. Have you tried animating in Blender? That's what I'm doing right now. We're following a Grant Abbitt tutorial, and OCD introduced me to Grant Abbitt, actually.
Camera, so we're looking through the camera that's here, and you can see this camera pointing at the cube. And
good.
Therefore, that's what we see in the camera view.
That is what I see.
The
Thank
camera
you.
view is just the 3D viewport. If I press 0 on my numpad now, I go back into the world view and everything.
Let's see if I can do that if I press 0 on the numpad. Let's see. I was like, now I'm serious about Blender because I have a number pad. Okay. Lots of interruptions. Lots of interruptions. Okay.
Everything's as normal except overlays are turned off. And that's that button up here, and we've got all our options up here.
Okay.
But for the sake of viewing our animation, we turn the overlays off.
Okay.
And that's what we'll see.
Okay, overlays off. Okay, stop it. Let me turn overlays off. Where, okay. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that means, turn overlays off. Maybe we'll be in trouble later because I didn't do that. Let's see.
Options up here. But for the sake of viewing our animation, we turn the overlays off, and that's what we'll see. And we get
okay, turn overlays off. Is it off? The fuck? Oh, we'll turn it off. Okay, so here's on, and now it's blue. Here's off, and now it's gray. Great. Bronzeword, I'd be humbled if you gave me mod. Yeah, I'll give you mod later. OCD says not yet, no animation yet. Honestly, yeah, the old skipperoo. Yeah, honestly, OCD, you're doing it right. You're doing it right to not do animation yet. I skipped like 2/3 of this tutorial series because I just went straight to animation. But good luck, good news for me. We're animating the cube. We didn't delete the default cube. We're just gonna animate it, which I think is peak chaotic energy. All right. Okay, here, wait. So we did the first part. I'm really proud of myself. Okay, let's go.
Go to camera mode with 0. So that's why we have this view here. We've
okay,
also got
fine.
the dope sheet down the bottom here.
Okay.
And that displays our
Dope
timeline.
sheet.
And we can drag across this.
Okay.
Across our frames.
I trust you. I'm not going to bother doing that.
See, so it's making no difference. We can also press spacebar, and that starts off our animation.
Oh, spacebar.
And spacebar to stop.
Oh, that's cool. I'm going to try that. Oh, it does stop it and start it. That's actually how it works in DaVinci Resolve too. In the editing software I use for my videos, you can actually start and stop the animation with spacebar. I think Bronzeword might be familiar with DaVinci Resolve. I know Caramel Games is.
So I'll go back to the beginning. Also for animation, we've got the render properties here and the output properties here. We'll look further into those in later episodes.
Okay,
I'll
whatever.
leave it in render properties for now. And we're going to start by animating our cube.
Yes. Great.
So we'll click on the cube.
Okay. Click on the cube. I can do that. There's probably an easier way. Maybe I should split my screen. Put my tutorial on one screen and put the... Can I do that? Okay, what if we do this? No. Stop it. Here. What if we do this? Can we split? I forget how to do it. I forget how to split my screen and put two things on it. I forget how to do it. How do I do... This is a Windows user issue here that I don't know how to do that. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna... Let me know in the chat if anyone remembers how to split your screen between two different windows. because I don't remember. Okay, whatever. Alright, now we have both of these on the screen. Might be easier than having to switch back and forth between them. Okay. Okay, so we selected our cube just like Grant Abbitt told us.
And I'm going to move round to the front, and I want it to move from this side to this side. So in order to do that, we need to move it into position. So I'll press G to grab in the x-axis and move it across.
I can do that. I can do that. Okay. G to grab on the x-axis. Okay, that's not right. Okay, so I'm looking at it from the wrong angle here. Okay, now we can do it. G. Oh, we moved it. Just like it says. Okay.
You can see it moving in the camera view there. And we want to set this as the start point. In order to say that, we need to add a keyframe.
Add a keyframe.
In order to insert a keyframe, we press I for insert.
Okay.
And the word keyframe.
He's such a good instructor. I totally understand what he's saying. Okay, I to insert. Okay, I probably should have paid a little more attention. Okay.
The location, there's lots of things you can keyframe.
Okay.
But we're going to start with the location at the top here. So I'll click on that, and that creates
Sick.
these yellow dots.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna go back here. I'm gonna press I. And you can't actually see my... Oh, you can see my inputs here, I think. Oh, God. Okay, please stop. Okay. Press I to insert. We're gonna insert location. Report error, not suitable content. Alright, here's where we start getting in trouble. I was feeling so confident.
And we want to set this as the start point. In order to say that...
Oh, do we have to be clicked on here? Okay. I. Location. Okay, I wasn't clicked onto my cube, but now I am. Okay, I needed to select my cube. Windows key, left arrow, right key. Yeah, DaVinci is the best video editor. We love it. Okay. Vinci is the best free... Oh, okay. Windows key and left, right arrow. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, well, we'll try that because I do want to kind of split... I do want to split my screen. Windows key... Oh, okay. And then we do this one. Windows key. Okay, so that's not quite it. That's because it took it over to my other monitor, right? Oh, okay, what if I do this? Holy heck. Okay, so I was able to put one of them half my screen, but then when I do Windows key, left, right arrow, now nothing's happening. But I did make this one half the screen, so that's good enough for me. It's great. I like it. Oh, this is so good. Okay. This is great. Okay. All right. I forgot what we were gonna do.
We need to add a keyframe.
Okay, we need to add a keyframe.
In order to insert a keyframe, we press I for insert.
Yeah, we already did that.
Keyframing the location, there's lots of things you can keyframe, but we're going to start with the location at the top here. So I'll click on that, and that creates these yellow dots here, and has therefore keyframed this position.
Love that.
Now if I drag along my timeline, you can't actually see any change, because that's because it's got no keyframe to go to.
Fair.
So we drag along 25 frames, and that's roughly a second. It does depend slightly on which step.
Okay, I lost my little draggy. Okay. 25. Okay, I went to 25. It did exactly what he said, okay?
Standard you're using, which I'll talk about a bit later, but generally it's around 25 frames per second, and we'll make it move to the other side in a second. So we'll press G then X, and move it across to the other side.
Okay. G, then X. Move it over to the other side. Okay.
But it's not set in the animation because we haven't given it a keyframe. So I'll press I to insert keyframe and location.
Okay. Alright. I, location. Oh, look at that! Wow, that's so cool. Okay.
Now we have two keyframes, and if I drag between the two, it will move between the two.
Oh, look at that! It's animating!
It had a floor to slide along, so I'll press Shift A to add, Mesh Plane, and I'll scale that up with S.
Okay. Shift add to... Okay. Isn't this cool? You have to be tabbed into the window you want to adjust. All right, it's fine. It looks fine to me. Because this is a smaller window anyway. So I think it works to have this one big and have this one small, and then we can see my outer space background, and that's pretty cool anyway. All right. I'm gonna try it. Okay, Windows, but I thought I was, okay, so I'm clicking on, holy heck, I fucked it up again. Bronze Sword, it was so good, and then I messed it up again. I'm losing my mind. Okay, I'm tabbed in here. Okay, now it's half the screen. Okay, now I take this, wow, but why is my face there? Oh, this is my OBS that's half the screen now, so that's not right, okay? Not right, okay? Ah! Okay. So ignore all this stuff underneath there. This is just telling you about the course. Okay. Then I can change the distance between them, can I? Oh, this is great. This is good to know. Alright. Yeah, okay, this is perfect. Thank you for the help, Bronze Sword. We're gonna give Bronze Sword a point in my Discord. You get a point if you help me. Here. Here's my Discord. Bronze Sword's gonna get a point in a very important point. A very important Fairies leaderboard point. I know Bronze Sword loves leaderboards. Oh, Bronze Sword isn't even on the Fairies leaderboard yet. Okay. I put these in alphabetical order if they have the same number of points. Okay. Bronze Sword's on the leaderboard. You get points in the leaderboard if you, I don't know, help me out in chat, or if you, like, make something for the weekly art theme or the Discord decorators theme. And just generally if I think you're cool. I don't know. So this is the points. The reason they matter is because you get on the leaderboard, and then if you're in first place, actually I keep forgetting, but I might make a roll for whoever's in first place. Alright. Cool. Yeah, Bronze Sword got a point. Actually, when I used to do Mystery Kit Bash, we used to get points right on the screen. Should we do points on the screen? It's incredible how little I've gotten done because I'm so chatty. Here. Should we do a Canva overlay? Remember when I've done that in the past and it's really fun? Okay, check it out. We can't get through a stream without doing Canva. Create a design. Presentation. We'll give it a green background. Okay, so then it will disappear. Now we're gonna do text. Add a text box. Okay. Background. We'll give it pink background. That would be fun. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll get it when I finish it. You'll get it. Now. What? Okay, I lost my way. Oh, okay. Color. I'm gonna make it a lot lighter. Okay. We're gonna make it say... This is a throwback to the days of Mystery Kit Bash. This is back when I was doing core. I used to do a very competitive game show where we would all... It's like kind of like 3D Pictionary. Okay, points are going to be here. Oh, I don't want them to cover up. You just have to deal with it. They're going to cover some stuff up. Okay. Points. Okay, now look at this, okay? So we take this. I think there'd be too much on screen. Yeah, too much on screen. That's my brand. Okay. We'll make it disappear and come back if we don't need it. Okay, alright. Also, by the way, this Snapchat lens, I really like it. I think it's really good, and it's by... Let's see, what is this person's name? This is my Snapchat lenses. Oh, this is really cute. This one is by... This is a different one now, and it's by... Anastasia Marchenko, and they make really good Snapchat lenses. They're very talented. I hope that one day I can be as talented as they are at Snapchat lenses. I'll put a link to their Snapchat in the description later. Okay, now, what was I... Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, okay, check it out. Okay, so now we have to add... Here's my OBS. This is a lesson on how to use OBS. Okay, I already have a tab for Canva. Holy heck. Okay, so this is my Canva. Now you can see that it's keyed out because it's green. If I were to change it to this color, you could see it. Now I'm going to cover everything up with my Canva. You'll see it makes sense. You'll see it makes sense. Okay. Now, we turn this green, and now it's keyed out. So all you see is the thing that says points, right? Then we're going to put this as an overlay. And now anything that I put onto my Canva is going to show up in OBS as an overlay on here. So if I go in here and I choose elements, unless it's green. If it's green, it's not going to show up because green is keyed out. But if I take this little mushroom and I put it on there, it will show up on my screen, right? Can you see it? I think you can. There's my mushroom. It shows up on the screen now. So that's my chaos that I like to do. What we're going to do is we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a little points. A lot of kookiness to get to this point. All right, points. 1. Okay. We'll make it wider. And we will make that justified left. Let's make this one justified left too. Okay. This is our points, okay? I'll make it smaller so that it's not so annoying. Okay. Alright. Now let me look at our YouTube and see how chaotic it is. Not bad, right? It doesn't take up that much space. You can see the shroom. Good. Alright. This is a very high-tech experience here. Now. Again, this is a skill that I have taught myself. I didn't even find a tutorial for this or anything. I just made this up. So, that's the points. Bronzeword got a point. Let's get our tutorial back so we can continue doing the thing that I said I was going to do, which is learn how to do Blender. Okay. Now let's see if I can remember how to do it. Okay, great. Let's get our Blender back. Okay. Can I switch them? No? Okay. Okay. We did it. Okay, and then we'll move the thing between them. This was, Bronzeword gave us this tip. It looks like this is kind of pushing this off to the side, and I'm not seeing. Alright. There. This is about as much as we can do here. Okay.
And I think our cube needs to sit on top of our floor.
I agree.
If I press GZ1.
Okay. Okay, so we need a floor. I forget.
Keyframe. In order to insert a keyframe.
Okay, we already did that. Now.
Timeline. That you're using animation because we haven't given it a keyframe. So I'll press make will not over select and I'll scale that up with S. So that's great. I think it'd be nice if it had a floor to slide along. So
making a floor.
Shift A to add mesh.
Okay. Shift A to add, and we're gonna add a plane. Okay. Shift A, add mesh plane. Okay, and then we're gonna make it big. Scale. Haha! I'm starting to get the hotkeys. All right.
Plane, and I'll scale that up with S. And I think our cube needs to sit on top of our floor. So if I press GZ1 and enter, it sits on top of the floor. So let's play our animation again. And our cube. Okay,
G, and I forget how to center this. I want to center this. Period? Yeah, I use period. Okay. Alright, it doesn't seem like we're using this right now, so I'll just put that over there. Alright. GZ1. Right. Okay, so we moved our cube and now it's sitting on top of our thing. Perfect. We're getting stuff done. You can't say we didn't get anything. We took a cube. We moved it onto a plane. We put it on top of the plane. We did something, right? If you can see, those who are new, if you weren't here earlier, oh my god, where has my cursor gone? Oh no, we're having trouble. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Okay, never mind. Look, we did make an animation here. Okay, watch. Oh, never mind. Ha! Look at that! We made it so that... You see that? The animation, the cube. Oh my goodness. Alright, the cube is here. Now, it moves over there. That's as much as we've done. But we did make an animation. I'm really happy about it with the keyframe, okay? So we're getting somewhere. This is a Grant Abbitt tutorial. I really like Grant Abbitt. Really great instructor. Okay. Guess what? We're gonna do more stuff. Okay.
The cube has inserted itself back into the floor. That's because any changes you make will not override these keyframes.
Okay.
So in order to do that, we're going to need to change this keyframe and this keyframe so that it sits above the floor. Now you'll notice there's actually 4 yellow dots here. There's one for the summary, and you can actually minimize that, and that will just say there's a keyframe on here and a keyframe on here in the scene. If we open this up, we've got the cube object, so I'll minimize that, and that says there's a keyframe on.
Okay, I can't see... Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so I only see the summary. Is this a problem? Okay, I have messed something up. How do I take this back to the beginning? Please move back. Please. Where did my keyframes go? This is ridiculous. Oh, that's why. The keyframes went away. I have to be clicked onto the cube. Okay, fine. Alright, so this is a summary. We're going back to the beginning. The summary just shows, it only shows this little top thing. Okay.
This particular object at 0 and 25. Now if I open up the cube, you can see the cube actions here. We'll talk about actions later on, but the object transforms. If I open those up, you can see the X, Y, and Z location. So you need to change the Z location keyframe at the beginning and at the end so it sits above the floor. Let's start with the end one. It doesn't actually have to be selected. It's where your playhead is that's all important when adding a keyframe. And wherever your playhead is, that's where it will add the keyframe. So I'll move back to frame 25, and I want to overwrite this keyframe here with it moved up in the Z axis. So let's press G, Z, then 1, and that will move my cube above the floor.
Okay, here, give me a second. There's 2. Okay. Alright. GZ1. Okay, so for this frame, we're overriding it. GZ1. Well, I don't know if that worked. Oh, I created another keyframe. I didn't want to do that. Okay. This one. I don't know. Explain to me what happened.
And now if I press I to insert keyframe on the location, it now sits above the floor, but not on the beginning one. So if I bring the play...
Okay. Alright, this is not right. Okay. G. I. Okay. I. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, but that's kind of cool. If you watch it, it's animating. It's coming up out of the floor. Woo! But that's not what we want. They said that's not what we want, so whatever. Okay. We're going to do the same. I'm assuming we'll do the same thing.
Back to the beginning and press GZ1 and enter. And I need to insert a keyframe. I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to do it over here. So I to insert keyframe. And you can see it's slightly different when you press I in the dope sheet than it is when you press it in the viewport.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just going to choose all channels. So
makes me a little nervous. We're doing it different.
Object has, which is the location at the moment. So
okay, whatever. All right. So GZ1. God damn it! I'm in the wrong window. Okay, don't get mad at me for swearing. Not right. That's not correct. Okay. It created a whole other thing. We don't want a whole other thing. We just want to put it here. Okay. Good. Then they said we should right click. Holy heck. Okay. Right click on here. Does not seem right. Okay. Okay, mine looks different than theirs. Honestly, they're using Blender 2.8 and I'm using Blender 3.0. Yeah, OCD, we love Grant Abbitt. Oh my god, we love him. An icon, a legend. Okay. Yeah, OCD, I will let you know if I like this course because this is a Udemy course and it was only $12 and it's looks like there's a lot of content in here. And it's Grant Abbitt, I think mostly Grant Abbitt, and then there's another person who's involved with it too. But it is all about animation and character design, and I skipped the character design parts. You might actually enjoy it more than I do because it has a lot of sculpting, and I haven't tried sculpting yet. But probably some of this content is actually on YouTube for free, but if you buy the course, you don't have to have those ads, and you're also supporting Grant Abbitt, which is cool. So, all right, but Grant Abbitt is using Blender 2.8. I'm using Blender 3.0. This might be an example of there being a difference between the way that those two, the interface looks with those two. So let's make sure. Let's see.
Different when you press I in the dope sheet than it is.
Okay,
when
press I.
the...
Okay, never mind. I right-clicked and I'm supposed to press I. I'm scared. Is it gonna work? Ha! It worked. Okay, all channels. Maybe?
Viewport. I'm just going to choose all channels. So that's all the channels that this object has, which is the location at the moment.
Okay.
So I've inserted a keyframe. The X and Y are no different, but the Z was, so that will update. And now it's sliding across.
Okay, let's see if it worked.
Floor.
I'm always so nervous that things aren't gonna work. Okay, it worked. Okay. Looks good to me. Yay! That's fun. Isn't that fun? What if I press period? Now, my little screencaster is not showing up anymore. Did I accidentally turn that off? No? Where's my screencast keys? That's rude. It should be showing up in the left corner. It's not showing up in the left corner. That's rude. Left corner. It should be all of the stuff that I'm clicking around here should be showing up. Because I have screencast keys. Let's turn it off and turn it back on. I'm sorry, it's not showing up. My screencast keys is not showing up, and I don't know why. It should be over here in the bottom left. Maybe it doesn't like that we're in the dope sheet. We'll figure that out for later. It's fine. At least you can see my mouse. I don't know why my screencast keys went away. There it is, it's back! Did you miss it? It's back! Look at that. You can see it better when I do that. Okay. It's huge. Okay. Fat fingers. After all my time searching for tutorials on Blender, he is my favorite. Yeah, for sure. It's back, yeah. I know Bronsword probably missed it. Okay. Now, because Bronsword loves having like the key input things for speedrunning and stuff. And I was speedrunning this tutorial because I skipped a bunch of parts. All right. Okay. Now, let's see what else we're gonna do.
Now there's a really useful button down here, which is the record button. And in the animation view, it's difficult to see, but if I bring this up, this is actually called the timeline down the bottom here. And it's just a very simplified version of the dope sheet. But really, the only thing you need is that record button and playhead settings here. Because the dope sheet is slightly more complicated, and that's what we need to look at.
Okay, wait. I wasn't paying attention when they said that.
Record button and playhead. Okay. So that will update. And now it's sliding across above the floor. Now there's a really useful button down here, which is the record button. And in the animation view, it's difficult to see, but if I bring this up, this is actually called the timeline down the...
Okay, so if I bring this up, this is actually called the timeline. Okay, so basically it looks the same as what we already have here. But I think what Grant Abbitt said is that we don't need to look at it.
Here. And it's just a very simplified version of the dope sheet.
It's a simplified version, okay.
The only thing you need is that record button and playhead settings here. Because the dope sheet is slightly more complicated, and that's what we need to look at. Incidentally, if you go back to layout mode, you can see the timeline at the bottom here as well. And if you're only modeling, it's quite useful to actually get rid of...
If I go back into layout mode, we can still see the timeline. Oh, the timeline, it's always been there. I remember seeing the timeline and being like, what the hell is that thing? So now I know. Okay.
with that by joining those areas together, like so. Anyway, back to the animation workspace. So down here we've got the record button, and that's very useful. If I press that and move my playhead, let's say in the middle, and I'll press G then Y and move it across there, it records it and adds a keyframe.
Interesting. Okay, we'll try that. I'm gonna change my Snapchat filter because I feel like it. Okay. All right, so it's record button. We're gonna look at that again because sometimes I have to just watch stuff twice. Okay.
Anyway, back to the animation workspace. So down here we've got the record button, and that's very useful. If I press that and move my playhead, let's say in the middle, and I'll press G then Y and move it across there, it records it.
Okay, so we're gonna press the record button. Okay. Move it back to the middle. Okay. Then I press G and Y. And I move that like that.
And adds a keyframe.
It added a keyframe. It certainly did.
A keyframe with the location, the scale, and the rotation as well. So if I press I up here, you can see there's lock, rot, scale. That's location, rotation, and scale. So it does all those three automatically.
Wow, that's awesome.
It doesn't make any difference at this stage because there's no actual scale to this object.
Right.
And if we play it backwards and forwards, you can see it now.
Let's see if it worked. Oh, it did work. Okay. So it's not just going in a straight line. It added that Z thing. Oh no, I just messed up. What did I do? Oh. What happened? I clicked something bad. Why? Oh, I have to be clicked onto the cube. I keep forgetting. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's okay. I like that. It's great. Okay.
Curves around. Now I'm going to drag my dope sheet up slightly and point out a couple of things. You can delete keyframes by selecting them and then pressing delete, and delete keyframes, and that will delete the keyframes selected. You can select a group of keyframes and G to grab to move them across. You can scale them as well if you want the movement to be slower, and I can then G to grab and pull this across, and now the animation takes a couple of seconds almost.
Okay, wait.
As well if you want the movement to be slow, and delete keyframes, and that will delete the keyframes selected. You can select a group of keyframes and G to grab to move them across. You can scale them as well if you want the movement.
Okay, so something happened here that I don't know what that was. Scale them. How did they scale them though?
Keyframes by selecting them.
Okay.
And then pressing delete, and delete keyframes, and that will delete the keyframes selected. You can select a group of keyframes and G to grab to move them across.
I get that. Okay.
You can scale them as well.
Okay, so G to grab, then I selected these. Okay, so I select all of these. Then I can press G. But that didn't work. Okay. Ooh, okay, what happened here? Now, they moved theirs back to -20. I don't know if that's important. But I'm just going to do what the same thing that Grant Abbitt did. Now, they have selected. Now, that's not right? Okay. Oh. Okay, so I can scale that. I could select them all. Now, see, that's not working. I wanted to scale them all. There's something that they're doing differently.
Well, if you want the movement to be slow. In order to say that, we need position. 25 frames, and that make will not override these keyframes. So in order to do that, we're going to need to change this keyframe and this keyframe so that
Okay, so I got lost.
And if you're only modeling, it's quite useful to actually get rid of that, and that will delete the keyframes selected. You can select a group of S to scale. It's going to scale up, and it's inserted a keyframe here. Scale and rotation because we weren't using it. But let's say I wanted to scale this up. movement to be slower, and I can then G to grab and pull this across, and now the animation takes a couple of seconds almost. And you can zoom in with the usual control.
Okay, so something weird
G
happened.
to grab to move them across. You keyframes by selecting them and then pressing delete.
Delete.
And delete keyframes, and that will delete the keyframes selected. You can select a group of keyframes and G to grab to move them across.
Okay, I get that.
You can scale them as well if you want the...
Okay, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out is how did this scale thing work? Okay, so they are at 0, right? They're selected, and I'm trying to scale them. Okay, so that's not right. How is this, how are these getting scaled? Because when I click this, it just grabs it and moves it, right? But I don't want to move it. I want to scale it. So how are they scaling it instead of just moving it? And I think this is important for me to know how to do this, so I guess I'll watch it again.
To move them across. You can scale them as well if you want the movement to be slower.
What in the fuck? Oh. Okay, so I put it on here. Something is going wrong. How do I scale it? I know this is probably boring to watch, but I need to know how to scale it. I want to do this, so...
Select a group of keyframes and G to grab.
Okay, selected the whole group.
You can scale them as well if you want.
Oh, okay, so they clicked... I don't know. I don't know how. Is this something... I'll just have to learn this later because I really don't know how this scaling is working. It's not working for me. Scaling is not working for me. S. Okay, wait. So there's the keys here are saying that we're using S. Okay, let's see.
And that will delete the keyframe selected.
Okay.
You can select a group of keyframes and G to grab.
Okay, G to grab.
You can scale them as well.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, select them all. Scale S. Oh, that's what worked. Okay, so we had to press S to scale it, which I wasn't doing. So that's my problem. Okay. Okay.
If you want the movement to be slower, and I can then G to grab and pull this across, and now the animation takes a couple of seconds almost.
Okay. Okay.
And you can zoom in with the usual controls, so wheel here, and the tools there are fairly intuitive and based on everything else in Blender. Now I've deleted those other keyframes for the scale and rotation because we weren't using it. But let's say I wanted to scale this up as it gets to the end. So at the moment it comes across and round to the end, and I want it to scale up from here to here. So if I bring my playhead to the end and press S to scale, it's going to scale up, and it's inserted a keyframe here. When I bring it back to the beginning, it's still the same scale. And that's sometimes confusing, but we've only got one keyframe in our animation, therefore the whole of this timeline is...
Okay. So I missed a step here. Okay.
It's still the same scale. And that's sometimes confusing, but we've only got one keyframe in our animation, therefore the whole of this timeline is going to be set to this scale. We actually need to change the size at this point to its original. It's still the same. So if I bring my playhead to the end and press S to scale, it's going to scale up.
Okay. Okay, so it did scale up. How big did... Okay, so we did scale it up. That's pretty cool. They made it a lot bigger, I guess. Okay. Okay.
And it's inserted a keyframe here.
Mm-hmm.
When I bring it back to the beginning, it's still the same scale.
Right.
And that's sometimes confusing, but we've only got one keyframe in our animation, therefore the whole of this timeline is going to be set to this scale. We actually need to change the size at this point to its original size. And then
yeah, Bronze, you're right. I missed that part. S to scale.
Now I haven't got my original size anymore because I haven't got the original keyframe, but I can press N on my keyboard to get my transform tools under item, And you can see that these are actually colored in as to where there's a keyframe with yellow, and to say that there's actually animation on this channel.
Okay, so this is stuff that I can't see because it's behind my camera. So, all right. All right, there. Okay, so I should be looking at... Sorry, I can't see this stuff in the corner of the screen because it's behind my camera. So let's see, I have to move it over. All right, N, item. Okay, so mine looks the same. Okay.
So there's a keyframe at some point on this channel because it's in green.
Oh!
So when I move across...
That's not true. It should be in green. It's not in green. Oh, now it's in green. Okay.
To green because there's no keyframe on it, saying there's animation on the channel but no keyframe, and then when I move over the keyframe, they all highlight because there's a keyframe on all those channels.
Fantastic.
So let's go back to this point, and we can change our scale back to 1. So I can click and drag over all of them and just type in 1 and it will change them all.
Okay.
And
all right.
Check that.
Change our scale back to 1. I don't know. Did that work?
And we go to camera mode with 0. Tools there are fairly intuitive and based on every keyframes and G, rot, scale and rotation because we weren't using it. Keyframe here. When I bring it back to the beginning, it's still the same scale. We actually need to change the size at this point to its original size, and then it will scale up as it reaches this point. Now I haven't got my original size anymore because I haven't got the original keyframe, but I can press N on my keyboard to get my transform tools under item, and you can see that these are actually colored in as to where there's a keyframe with yellow, and to say that there's actually animation on this channel, so there's a keyframe at some point on this channel.
What's happening with my tutorial is that sometimes if I press the keys, if I'm actually tabbed into my Firefox instead of my Blender, and I press keys that I'm trying to use for hotkeys in the Blender, it accidentally will be back in, it'll be confused and think I'm trying to navigate back and forward in the tutorial, and it'll send me way back to the beginning of the tutorial or whatever, so then I keep having to bring myself back. So I need to make sure that I'm tabbed into Blender when I'm using my Blender hotkeys.
Channel because it's in green. So when I move across, this is now turned to green because there's no keyframe on it, saying there's animation on the channel but no keyframe, and then when I move over the keyframe, they all highlight because there's a keyframe on all those channels. So let's go back to this point, and we can change our scale back to 1. So I can click and drag over all of them and just type in 1 and it will change.
Okay, so we're going to take our scale back to 1. X, Y, Z. Okay, the scale. Click and drag over all of them. Is that going to work? 1. I don't know what... okay, whatever. I'm just going to just put 1 in them individually. I don't know how they did this click and drag thing. Okay.
Change them all. And just check that's correct. It's on the floor. That's great. So now it will stay at 1. Hit this keyframe and start scaling up.
All right, let's see if that works. Yeah, okay. Cool. So it does work. It starts out little and it moves and then it starts getting bigger. Oh, that's fantastic. All right.
Until it hits the last keyframe, and the movement is still there as well. Okay, so your challenge then is to add some rotation. Don't worry if it's cutting through the floor, and don't worry if it goes wrong because I'll show you how to do it in a moment.
Oh no, I have homework. All right, so we've already learned how to move it. Now Grant Abbitt is challenging us to figure out the rotation on our own, which sometimes he does that. It always makes me nervous, but I think we can do it, right? So we changed the scale. We have to change the rotation. So let's go over here. All right, so we changed the scale here. So we have to change the rotation of our cube, right? R. Okay. R, what axis should we rotate it around? R, X. Okay, so we rotated it. Does that look good? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, right. Okay, right. So it just does it stays rotated throughout the whole thing. But what we want to do is go back here and change this to 0. And then let's see if it works. Yes! So it starts here, it moves here, and then once it hits this keyframe, it starts scaling and it starts rotating. We did it! We extrapolated the knowledge that we learned from the first part of the tutorial, and we were able to do another thing. Yeah, Bronze Sword, someone said homework. I had homework because Grant Abbitt was like, I'm going to teach you how to do this, and then you have to do a different version. What time is it? Oh, it's 1. Okay. I usually do this for 2 hours, so we're at the halfway through. We're at the halfway mark, and we finished the first part of this tutorial, which is pretty cool, right? Something that I decided I'm going to do at the halfway mark of our streams, I was thinking something that might be kind of cute, is we'll take, first of all, let's save our project. Oh, God. We have to save our project. File, save as, what should we call it? We're putting it in Blender art, I guess. Blender art file. What should we call it? We'll call it, I'm gonna call it animate cube. .blend. Okay, we're saving it. Okay, great. Project is saved. I wanted to show you. And again, oh, hi, Cerulean Poet. Again, what we're gonna do, if you notice at the bottom of our screen, we do have points. That is a Canva project that I've created where we have our little points here at the bottom. Bronze Sword has 1 point because Bronze Sword helped me with a little tip on how to use Windows. Now, okay. And if you'll notice, our little screencast keys are not showing up that well. We could change the color of them. Couldn't we? We could make them dark. Now you can see them better, right? Okay. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is we're taking a little break, take a stretch break. We're gonna keep going with this animation because I think we're on a roll. We're on a roll. We made the cube roll. And then I wanted to show you. I wanted to talk a little about our weekly art theme that's going on in our Discord right now. So, if you come into our Discord, this is our Fairies leaderboard. This is a channel that we have called Weekly Art Theme. Every week, we have a different theme that we vote on as a group. In challenge announcements, I'll say, okay, what theme are we gonna do? Miniature or giant? Last week was soft. We chose the word soft as our theme. It's always like a one-word thing. So this week we voted, and miniature has won over giant. So the art theme for this week, it starts over every Saturday. The art theme for this week is miniature. Now, you can see here, these were some of our posts. These are our posts from last week. I made a video for soft. Shallow made, this is some AI art. Shallow put a bunch of soft related prompts into, I think, Midjourney. These prompts were actually pretty funny. This is adorable. This is an AI. These don't exist. There's another Shallow one. This is Julia V1. Also, this is also AI art. I think this one might be Midjourney. Okay, Julia's using Midjourney. I think Shallow was using Night Cafe. This is also by Shallow. Shallow created some hair and I can't remember what program Shallow used for this. Maybe GIMP. I think Shallow used GIMP for this. This was me making a butterfly last week because I think butterflies are kind of soft. And this was Trashbird making this is, I think, in honor of Mr. Puffball, who's another Discord member. It's a little bit scary to me, honestly. So last week was soft. This week is miniature. So if you are in my Discord, this is something we do every week. Check out the weekly art theme. And it's really fun. I'm not sure what I'm going to make for miniature. So we'll see. It's a good theme, though. I love mini things. So if you are in the Discord, that's something you can participate in. If you're not in the Discord, I'm going to put the link to the Discord in the chat. Okay, so we took a little break. We looked at our weekly art theme. Also, I have a new video out that I made based on the weekly art theme. We can also maybe we'll visit with Charlie really quick during our break, and then we'll go back to what we were doing. Come here, baby. This is Charlie. He's my sweet boy. He actually usually visits the stream on his own. He likes to say hi, but he didn't today, so I thought I would bring him over to say hi. He's very sleepy right now. He's a big smudge. I don't know if he'll stick around. Oh my god, he's so sleepy. Trying to get OBS back. Okay. Yeah, this is my Charlie boy. He usually visits on his own, but he didn't visit today, so I brought him over. We're taking a cat break. Good boy, Charlie. Good boy. Okay. You can sit here if you want. You can sit here for a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we talked about the weekly art theme. We took a cat break. Let's get back into our tutorial. Bronsword says hi, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. He's a friend of chat at this point. He's a friend of the stream. When I'm at my desk, he often comes over and sits in my lap. Okay. Now, let's get this back. Okay,
so let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, so we did do what we said we were going to do. We did the rotation. Good boy. We did do rotation. So, okay, so we're going to go back to the beginning. Seems not good. What happened to it? Oh, we have to click the, okay. All right.
And we need to set a keyframe for the rotation so it starts at this point.
Oh, we did it. We did that already.
Press I and then rotation. I can even come over to these and right click, insert keyframes, and it inserts them across the rotation. And it does have Euler and Quaternion, but don't worry too much about that at the moment. It can get a bit confusing. Just stick with the defaults. So at the moment, it stays the same all the way through because this set of keyframes are the same as these. So we'll make it rotate when we reach the middle. So I can get to the middle and I can rotate it in the Z-axis 180 degrees. So I'll type in 180, press enter. And because I've got the record button on, it recorded a keyframe in the Z rotation just there. So we should be able to drag along and see that rotation happening.
Okay, so
it goes 180 degrees.
I made my rotation start at the center
to the original rotation.
Okay.
And you can see that.
I made my rotation start in the middle, but what we want to do is make the rotation start at the beginning. So I'm gonna, maybe I'll undo what I did and redo it in the way that Grant Abbitt did it. So it was good practice. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Doing it the way that that I wanted to do it, but we're gonna just do it a little different because we're gonna do it the way that is recommended in this tutorial. Right? Okay. So I'm gonna do Control-Z to undo what I did. This seems risky, what I'm doing here. Not sure. Okay, I just want to get back to before I made these changes here, before I did the rotation thing, right? Okay. But we do want the scale. I'm making some mistakes here. Let's get back to here. Okay, I don't know. Let's go back. I got rid of... Okay, we did all this stuff about scale. I got rid of my scaling because I accidentally did a bunch of Control-Z's. But I want to bring it back, so I'm trying to do Control-Shift-Z. I can't get it back. I have to redo that part. All right. So. Damn. Because I got too intense about the Control-Z's, I went back and deleted something that I didn't want to delete, and I can't get it back. So. Not great. But I guess I'll just redo that part. But I don't remember how I did it. Wait, okay, so let's put our... Go back here. Grab. Well, we'll do the record button. And we'll put it here. Make it bigger. I don't think that worked. Damn. This is very frustrating because I did this part of the tutorial and then I Control-Z'd a bunch and then I deleted it. Now I have to redo it, but I don't remember how I did it. So I have to go back and watch that whole part of the tutorial again. Okay, that's very frustrating. Because this should... Okay, wait, let's turn the record button on. Okay, all right, we did it. All right, so we brought the scale back. And we get rid of these. I think. All right. Now we're going to go back and do...
Been added to our animation. Okay, so that concludes this lecture.
Okay.
In the next lecture, I will talk about this point. I can press I and then rotation. I can even come over to these and right click, insert keyframes, and it inserts them across the rotation. And it does have Euler and Quaternion, but don't worry too much about that at the moment. And then rotation. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning, and we need to set a keyframe for the rotation so it starts at this point.
Okay.
I can press I and then rotation. I can even come over to these and right click, insert keyframes.
Okay.
And it inserts them across the rotation.
All right, so it looks like we're selected on all of these. Okay, item. Okay, let's go. Okay, I didn't do. I missed this step. Okay.
I and then rotation.
Okay.
I can even come over to these and right click, insert keyframes, and it inserts them.
Okay. Insert keyframes. Now I am not seeing this. I'm seeing replace keyframes. Okay, I messed up. Okay. All right, I guess I would be doing... Maybe I'm doing replace keyframes. I'm gonna do replace keyframes. Okay.
Across the rotation. And it does have Euler and Quaternion, but don't worry too much about that at the moment. It can get a bit confusing. Just stick with the defaults. So at the moment, it stays the same all the way through because this set of keyframes are the same as these. So we'll make it rotate when we reach the middle. So I can get to the middle and I can rotate it in the z-axis 180 degrees.
So I shouldn't have got rid of these. I got rid of some keyframes when I wasn't supposed to. Holy heck. Whew. I need to be paying better attention. So I deleted... Why did I do this? At some point... Okay. At some point I added stuff here. Okay, so I want to redo that. How do I redo, right? Redo, Control-Shift-Z. It's not working. Redo. This should allow me to redo stuff. Okay, so Blender redo.
And because I've got the record button on,
Shift Control Z. Okay, it's not Control Shift D, it's G, it's Shift Control Z. Okay. Still not doing it for me. Redo. Shift Control Z. Shift Control Z. Okay, we're not able to redo. Edit. It's not giving us the option to redo. I don't know. I don't know. We have to redo the scaling part again. Scale. Okay, so we redid the scaling part. Now, this stuff over here, rotation, scaling, we should have the rotation over here that should be just like 0, right? It should just be... I'm going to put it back to 0. Okay. Well, now we have our rotation back to 0. Okay. It doesn't look exactly like the other one. But does it move right? Oh, so mine is getting smaller. It's supposed to get bigger. All right, so these should be, the size of these should be back at 1. Okay, then this one at the middle. Okay, so now it's getting small again. Is it supposed to get bigger and then get smaller? It's fine. Now, we're supposed to make it rotate. Okay, so we'll put here, rotate.
recorded a keyframe in the Z rotation just there.
Okay.
So we should be able to drag along and see that rotation happening. We go.
This is supposed to be the same as this. This one is 6. Let's just put this at 6. Now, I don't know how to change all of these. Oh, do I have to lock? How do I change all of these at the same time? All of the scales. I don't want to change them all one by one. I want to change them all at the same time. Okay. Five. Oh, that's how I do it. I just had to drag over all of them. Okay. Now, okay, it starts out small. Oh, that's because this is supposed to still be 1. Okay. Okay. Now does it look the way it's supposed to look? Okay, so it gets bigger and it moves. But we're also trying to make it rotate. So let's go back to that. Okay.
It's 180 degrees and then it goes back the other way.
Okay, so I want it to go 180 degrees. Okay.
In the Z, rotation just there. So we should be able to drag along and see that rotation happening.
Throughout the whole thing.
It goes 180 degrees and then it goes back the other way to the original rotation.
Okay.
And you can see that rotation's been added to our animation. Okay, so that concludes.
Okay, so 180 in the Z axis. Okay. We're gonna do this. Z. Okay, I think this should work. Oh! I think it does work. But we want to get rid of this keyframes here. I think we don't want these. I think we don't want this. I mean, it looks fine to me, basically, but I feel like... I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna say it's fine. It's a little different. It's a little different from what's going on in the tutorial, but I think it's fine. Okay, watch. Okay, so this is what we did. Took a while. Yeah, it's taken us like 1 hour and 23 minutes to get here, but we did it. Okay, so watch this. We started out. Okay, watch this. We started out small, then it gets bigger, and it rotates. Look at that. Okay, small, bigger, rotates. Haha, we animated a cube. We did it. I feel like I want to make this one farther away. G, Y, Z, X. Yeah, let's make it... Now it's a little easier to see because it's going farther away. Well, this is fantastic. This is definitely a thing. Okay, so we learned to animate a cube, and that's way more than I knew about animation before. It reminds me a little bit of DaVinci Resolve, using keyframes, because you can use keyframes in DaVinci Resolve to take things and make them move around. Okay, really great. What else is next? Should we go on to the next tutorial? I'm gonna change my Snapchat filter. Okay. I like... Oh, that's green. That's not gonna work. Okay. Now, what's next? All right, let's see if how long the next tutorial is. Let's see if we can get through it. I feel pretty good about this animation. I think we did a great job. Okay. What's the next one? Basics of keyframes. We did it. Basics of keyframes. Fantastic. Rendering animations. Oh, I don't know if I care about rendering animations. Should I care about that? I want to do armature bones. But maybe we should do it in the right order. Okay, well, let's save it.
In this lecture, I'll be showing you how you can render out your animations as video files.
As
so
video files?
To talk about render settings,
I don't really care.
It'd be nice to have a tiny animation in our scene. So as a bit of practice, set up a small animation using any object you like.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, so I'm going to keep it very simple and just choose the default cube. Lots of people would prefer, if I press Shift A, to use the monkey, but that's entirely up to you. So I'll go to the animation workspace so we can do some animation. I'm just going to put the record channel on, and if I press G to grab and left click, that will actually insert a keyframe for that location.
Okay, I kind of don't care about making a video because I'm not trying to make videos right now. What I'm trying to do, I mean, ultimately I probably should make videos of these so that I can show them off or whatever if I make animations. But what I'm really trying to do is make characters for video games because I want to import them into Fortnite Creative 2.0 Unreal Engine for Fortnite when this new update comes out in the winter and we are able to import assets into our games. I'm hoping that I can import my characters into the games, right? And maybe add some animations to them. So I want to learn about animation. So I need to make skeletal meshes, right? So I need to make meshes that have bones in them that we can pose and animate. This thing is about making videos. I don't really care at the moment. I probably will care at some point, but I want to learn more about these bones, putting bones in my models. Now I might have to learn how to make a character in order to put bones in it. So let's see what's going on with this one.
And here's your challenge. If you're feeling confident, you could try animating this yourself. I will go through it in the
understanding armatures, bones. Okay.
In this lecture, we're looking at the basics of rigging and looking at how we can create armatures or bones in order to move around and control our meshes. And we'll be creating a simple snake. So here I am once again in the basic scene. We're going to use the default cube and turn that into
we need to start a new project. Okay, we got our cube back. Let's change, now that we are, change our screencast keys back to pink so you can see them better. Okay. Okay, so we're back. All right.
So I'll come round to the front.
Let's save it. File, save as. We're gonna call it animation. We're gonna call it armature worm.blend. Save. Okay.
And I'll go into edit mode with tab and I'll scale it in the x-axis.
Ooh, okay.
So let's make it
okay, scale it. Okay. Scale it in which axis? X-axis? Okay. All right, object mode. We want to grab this thing. Edit mode. Okay, we scaled it in the x-axis. We're supposed to make it like really long, right?
somewhere around there. Zoom out just a touch.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe a little bit longer, scale in the X to there. Now notice I've done that in edit mode. That will be important for later on. I'll press Ctrl R to do a loop cut down the middle, and I'll use my wheel to increase the loop cuts.
Okay.
So make it roughly the same as mine. It doesn't have to be exact. Left click to apply.
Control R. God damn it. I need it to be tabbed in. I needed to be tabbed into Blender when I pressed Control R, and I was accidentally in Firefox, so it made it go back to the beginning of the tutorial. Okay. Okay. I did it wrong. I can't remember how to do loop cuts. Okay.
We'll move with those bones. And left click again to set them in that position. To there. Now notice I've done that in edit mode. That will be important for later on. I'll press Ctrl R to do a loop cut down the middle.
Okay. Now I'm trying to do a loop cut down the middle. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm supposed to make it kind of look like... Okay.
And I'll use my wheel to increase the loop cuts. So make it roughly the same as mine, it doesn't have to be exact. Left click to apply those loop cuts and left click again to set them in that position. Now the reason I need lots of cuts along here is when I add my bones to the animation, they need some vertices to move around. So if I have lots of...
Okay, so I think mine is like a lot shorter than Grant Abbitt's. So I want to make it kind of the same dimensions because I feel like later in the tutorial that might matter. So I'm gonna make this thing longer. Now I'm gonna go back and do that other step that I was supposed to do. Okay, all right, now it looks better.
The bones along here, I can then move the bones and these vertices that are close will move with those bones. What I can also do to this, to add even more faces, is add a subdivision surface modifier.
Okay.
So I'll go back into object mode for that, with tab on my keyboard, and across to the modifier properties down here, add modifier, subdivision surface modifier.
Okay, add modifier, subdivision surface. Where's subdivision surface? There it is. Okay.
And I'll give it 2 subdivisions in the viewport, and that will be in the render as well.
Okay, 2. Okay, 2 sub. That's great. Now it's a worm.
I'm going to just leave it on there. Armatures can understand objects with subdivision surface modifiers on them.
Okay.
So now we need to add some bones for our snake.
Okay.
I'm going to go into front view for this with 1 on my numpad.
Okay.
Remember, you can use the Cartesian coordinates up here. And I'm going to add a bone. So Shift A to add, or you can come up to the add menu up here, and we come down to armature. So I click on that, it adds a bone in the middle.
Okay, Shift A. Armature. Oh, it did it. Okay.
But you can't see it very well. It's just this tiny little thing sticking out there. It's because it's in the middle of our shape. What you can do with bones, if you come down to the armature properties here, or the object data properties, click on that and click on viewport display, and you can click in front, and then it will appear in front of your objects. So wherever I am, it appears in front. I'll press 1 to go back to front view, and now I need lots of bones going from, let's say, the tail here to the head here. I suppose it might be handy to edit our shape so we can see the head, so I'll click on my shape, go into edit mode, Alt left click to select these, and scale them up.
Okay. Okay. Okay, edit mode. Yeah, where'd my little, Oh. Alright, where'd my, edit mode? How do I get back? I want to look at my little vertices. How do I? Okay. Now I take this one. Okay, we're gonna redo. Okay, we're gonna watch that part again.
Might be handy to edit our shape so we can see the head. So I'll click on my shape, go into edit mode, Alt left click to select these, and scale them up.
Okay, Alt left click. No? Okay, scale. Haha, it has a head now. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay.
Let's scroll around. Actually, I'll scale in the Z so it's not quite as high. Scale in the Y a bit more. So we've got a sort of snake head there. You can make yours more.
Okay, scale. Okay. It's got a little snake head. Isn't that cute? Okay.
Detailed if you like. Looks more like a match at the moment though. So back to front view, back to object mode, and let's click on my armature again, which is just in the middle there. So same tools as normal, G to grab. Let's move it to the front. And in order to create more along here, I'm going to go into edit mode with the bones. So up here, you'll notice.
Okay, I got lost. We're going back into object mode. Now, where'd my little bone go? Ah, haha, it's so small. Okay, so we're going to take it back to the beginning. We put it back at the end of this thing. Okay.
There's 3 modes: object mode, edit mode, and pose mode. So object mode and edit mode is much like normal objects, but pose mode is when you start actually animating the object, and you can save poses and all sorts. So we're going to go into edit mode. Now if I zoom in on my bone with full stop on my numpad, I'll just quickly show you that there's 3 parts to the bone. There's the tail, the middle, and the head.
Love that.
The middle actually selects the whole bone, and you can press G to grab. But if you select the head or the tail, you can grab that independently and kind of rotate it. So if I select the whole bone and press R90 and press enter, that will rotate perpendicular to my camera, so in the y-axis in this case, and rotate 90 degrees.
Fantastic.
I'll press G to grab and move it back down,
G.
roughly where its origin is. And let's zoom out just a touch. And I'm going to grab the end here, G to grab, and pull it right into the middle at this point, constraining to the x-axis. So about there. Now this won't be great because if I have 2 bones this length, then it's going to have a big kink in the middle and not bend like a snake. So if I select this bone, right click and subdivide.
Okay, but we got a little ahead of ourselves here. Okay. So we were gonna go.
I can then come down because if I have 2 bones this length, where its origin is, and let's zoom out just a touch, and I'm going to grab the end here, G to grab, and pull it right.
Okay, G to grab, and we're gonna take it all the way back. Okay. G. Okay, so not that. All right. We only want to grab the end of it, not the whole thing though. This is rude. Do we have to be in edit mode? Okay. G. G to grab. We're gonna put it all the way in the middle. Oh, but we wanted to put it, okay. G. Okay, all the way in the middle. Okay, it looks like the thing that we're trying to do. Okay.
At this point, constraining to the x-axis. So about there. Now this won't be great because if I have 2 bones this length, then it's going to have a big kink in the middle and not bend like a snake. Right. So if I select this bone, right click and subdivide, I can then come down to the control panel here and up the cuts.
Whoa, so that's amazing. Okay, subdivide. That didn't work. Give me a second.
Snake. So if I select this bone, right click and subdivide.
Okay, right click, subdivide. Okay.
I can then come down to the control panel here and up the cuts. So probably around 4, and that's great.
Four. Okay. This is sick.
Now, I could have gone all the way to the end, but I wanted to show you something.
Okay.
So I'll select all these bones. I'm still in edit mode, remember?
Oh, Cerulean Poet says my internet's being dumb.
Over all of them. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Shift D to duplicate in the x-axis and move it to the end there.
Okay.
And I'll make sure they're right on top of it.
All right, let me watch that part again. Okay.
Shift D to duplicate in the X.
Okay, so we're going to grab all of them.
That's great. Now I could have gone all the way to the end, but I wanted to show you something. So I'll select all these bones. I'm still in edit mode, remember. Oh, and I didn't quite get them all, so make sure you go over all of them. And Shift D to duplicate in the X-axis and move it to the end there. And I'll make sure they're right on top of each other. So we've got 10 bones going across our object. So let's go to pose mode and have a talk about poses. So there's pose mode there. Now, if I move this first one by rotating, there's two things to talk about. First, my bones aren't actually connected, which we'll solve in a moment. But also, this bone is rotating all the other bones along the chain. If I select this one and rotate it, it moves all the other ones down the chain, and so on and so forth.
Okay, I got it.
And that's called the parent-child relationship. So this is a child of this parent, which is a child of this parent, and so forth up to the end. And any children are affected by the parent, so if I move the main parent, it moves all the children. But the children can move independently from the parent as well. However, with bones, they are connected like this. If I select all these bones, I can press Alt-R to move any rotation, and they'll go back to where they were. And Alt-G, of course, is to remove any grabbing or movement.
Okay.
So the problem is, these ones at the end aren't attached to these ones. So
Right.
I need to be able to link up these two bone sections here.
Okay.
Because these are all children of this one here, whatever I do to this one will eventually affect all those.
Good.
So I just need to select this one and attach it to this one here. However, you can't do that in pose mode, because pose mode is about posing. It needs to be done in edit mode.
Can't do it in
because
pose
that's
mode.
where you're editing the actual structure of the armature.
Okay.
So let's go back to edit mode, and I'll select this one first and this one last with shift click. It's the active object, it's highlighted yellow, and I can press Ctrl P, and we're making a connected parent. I'll talk about keep offset in a second. So when I press that, you can see it moved very slightly. Now let's go back to pose mode.
Okay, wait. I think I did it wrong.
This one.
We're gonna do we
moves
do
all
keep
the ones
offset
down
or do we do
completely.
connected?
Now let's go back to pose mode. And now when I move this one, because pose mode is about posing, it needs to be done in edit mode, because that's where you're editing the actual structure of the armature. So let's go back to edit mode,
Okay.
and I'll select this one first and this one last with shift click. It's the active object, it's highlighted yellow, and I can press Ctrl P, and we're making a connected parent.
Okay.
I'll talk about keep offset in a second.
Okay. All right, connected. That's not great. Oh boy. I need to. Okay, yeah, I accidentally tried to print this page. Okay. What is this? We go
Object, it's highlighted yellow, and I can press Ctrl P.
Control P. Okay. Okay, Control P. And I do connected. Okay, now they're connected. Good.
And we're making a connected parent. I'll talk about keep offset in a second.
Okay.
So when I press that, you can see it moved very slightly. Now let's go back to pose mode. And now when I move this one, it moves all the ones down the line. And I can still move these independently how I want. Okay,
It
so I'll
doesn't
select
move the
all
ones
with
down
A
the line.
And Alt R.
So there's something going on there. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay.
And now when I move this one, it moves.
Oh, okay. Now when we move this one. Ah, it does move all the other ones. Okay. Sick. Okay.
all the ones down the line. And I can still move these independently how I want. Okay, so I'll select all with A and Alt R to reset the rotation.
Good.
So I'll go back to edit mode and explain another couple of things.
Okay.
You can duplicate bones, so Shift D, and notice when I duplicate a bone, it still is actually connected. So I'll quickly go back to pose mode and select this bone, and it's still a child
cool.
of this one.
Okay. Okay, so I can do Shift D. Duplicate it, and it is still connected. So I do R.
still a child of this one. So if you imagine this snake had arms, you could have another set of bones going bone, and it's still a child of this one.
Okay, so if I make this, I add another. Okay, never mind. Okay. I duplicated it, I think. No, that doesn't work. Okay, is it shifty? Okay, I duplicated it. I made another one. Alright.
You can duplicate bones, so Shift D.
Okay.
And notice when I duplicate a bone, it still is actually connected. So I'll quickly go back to pose mode.
Ah, I have to be in pose mode. Okay. Pose mode.
And select this bone.
Oh, Charlie's here.
And it's still a child of this one.
Okay, so if I pose this one, Charlie. Charlie's here. Charlie's here. Charlie's a beautiful boy. Charlie, you trying to sit in my lap? You want to sit with me? Oh, you're gonna sit on the desk. Good boy. That's a good spot for you. Actually, it's a really bad spot for you because that's where my arm has to go. Okay. It's not a good spot for you, honey. Okay, why don't you move? There you go. Very good. That's a good spot for you, okay? Yeah, it's a good boy. Okay. All right. So if I move this in pose mode. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. But if I move this. Charlie, you're right in front of my monitor, sweetheart. So it's hard. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so these are not moving in a connected way. Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you imagine this snake had arms, you could have
a snake with arms.
Another set of bones going off from your main spine.
That'd be silly, wouldn't it?
Which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain.
Okay.
So once again, select all, Alt R to remove the rotation.
Okay, select all. Alt R. Did not work. That didn't work. It's supposed to get rid of the... Okay, select all. Alt R. It's supposed to get rid all. Okay.
Child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt R.
Ah, select all. Alt R. Okay, so it's not undoing the rotation. Oh, we're in pose mode. Do we have to be in edit mode?
To remove the rotation.
No. Okay.
And back into edit mode. And I can delete.
Alright, I need to remove the rotation and I don't know why it's not working.
Off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all. Alt
It looks
R,
like a cotton
remove the
swab, it kind of
rotation,
does.
And back into edit mode.
Alright.
And I can select all, Alt R to remove the... If you imagine this snake had arms, you could have another set of bones going off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt R to remove the rotation. It's the active object, it's highlighted yellow, and I can press Control P. And we're making... Okay, let's go back to pose mode. I want. You can duplicate both. So if you're still a child of this one. So if you imagine this snake had arms, you could have another set of bones going off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt-R to remove the rotation.
So there's something wrong with my Alt-R. I'm not able to remove the rotation. And why is that not working?
So once again, select all, Alt-R.
Control A. Okay. Oh, we have to select all. Okay.
Child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all,
A.
Alt-R.
Okay. A. Alt. R. Okay, what the hell is happening? Because I'm pressing Alt R and it is not resetting the rotation, and that's rude. I press Alt R, nothing happens. Alt R. Is my R not working? Is my R key not working? I think my R key is not working. Let's try typing something that has the word R into it. No, okay, I can type the R key. But why is Blender not registering my R key? Look, see, I press R. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, it does work. Okay, so... Okay, but... Why? Why is it not allowing me to put... I don't understand why Alt R isn't working. Because I have selected them all, am I right? Alt R is doing nothing and I don't understand.
You could have another set of bones going off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt-R.
Okay, what? I selected all, and I'm doing Alt-R, and it's not resetting the rotation. So what is that about? Am I in the wrong mode? Like, I mean, let me know in the chat if anyone else knows if anyone knows what's going on. I'm selecting R. Do I need to be in front orthographic? Okay, select all. No, it's not resetting the rotation. This is what? I don't get it.
Rotation. So if you imagine this snake had arms, you could have another set of bones going off from your main spine,
Charlie,
which is
this
still
is not the time.
Of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt-R to remove the rotation.
Select all Alt-R, I don't get it.
Off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt-R to
select all Alt-R.
Off from your main spine, which is still a child of the bones that are up the chain. So once again, select all, Alt-R to remove the rotation.
I don't know. I'm doing exactly the same thing. Okay. I swear I'm doing the exact same thing that Grant Abbitt is telling me to do. And it's not working. I selected all, right? And then I click Alt-R. Alt-R does nothing. Alt-R is supposed to reset the rotation. So is this something... It isn't working. It's supposed to reset the rotation. What if I do this and then I do reset position? Okay, whatever. I don't know about this Alt-R thing, but I just clicked reset position and it worked. So it did. It's fine. For now, I need to figure out this Alt-R situation later, but for now this worked, so whatever. Okay. Oh god, I didn't mean to start it over.
Of the bones that are up the chain. So now if I click on my mesh, you can see that in the object data property down here, it's got loads of vertex groups. So that's saying which bone.
Okay, so I don't want I guess I don't want the little snake arm anymore.
And back into pose mode. This time I press Control Tab bone. And it's still a child of this one. Select all, Alt R.
Yeah, that didn't work.
And back into edit mode. And I can delete this bone.
Okay, so I'm going to delete that bone. All right, edit mode. Delete that bone. Okay.
So press delete and click on bones. You can also click on any of these points and press E to extrude to pull out a new bone.
Ooh, okay. Click on any of these. E. Oh, and I made more. Ha ha ha, that's so cool. Okay, I get it.
And again, back into pose mode. This time I press Control Tab, go to pose mode.
Okay. Pose mode. Okay.
And again, their children and parent relationship stays the same. So I'll just undo those steps.
Okay. Oh no, we're back here. Okay, I'm just gonna delete these. Okay, so we know we want to delete these at least. Oh, okay, so we can't delete them? Oh, we have to go to edit mode. Okay, delete these. Okay. Okay, so this is not great. Whatever's happening here, this is not good. We want this to go. We want to reset the position of this. I can just move it manually, I guess. We'll just put it at, we'll just put the rotation at 0, 0, 0. Okay, it's fine. All right.
So that's the basics of bones, but how do we link them up to our snake? Well, let's go back to object mode.
Okay.
We need to actually parent our mesh to the bones. So select the mesh first.
Okay.
And the armature last, and we press Control P to set a parent. Now this brings up a slightly complicated menu, but for now we'll do things automatically, so with automatic weights. Now if I click on my mesh, you can see that in the object data property down here, it's got loads of vertex groups, so that's saying which bone, because it starts from 0 here and goes up in numbers, is attached to which vertices of our mesh.
Ooh, okay.
Also, if I click on the modifiers, it's added an armature here. I'll pull this out so you can read that. There's an armature applied to our mesh. And it's important to note that comes after the subdivision surface modifier, so it's subdividing our mesh first, then adding an armature to it. Okay, so let's click on our bones and try and...
Cerulean Poet says, few more minutes, then take a break. You're doing well learning new stuff. Thank you. Let's see, what time is it? Because I was trying to do a 2-hour stream, and I feel like we're probably almost there. Yeah, okay, so it's been 2 hours. I kind of wanted to get through the rest of this tutorial. I usually do 2 hours, but I do want to finish this. I do want to finish this tutorial, so it might be a little longer than 2 hours. Yeah, let's see. Let's get to a stopping point here. And then I might go take a break. I might get a drink of water or something. And then I do want to finish this tutorial. So, I mean, there's only a couple minutes left of the tutorial. But as you know from watching me, 2 minutes of tutorial watching ends up being like 30 minutes of actual doing stuff. Because I'm watching and going back and, you know, getting confused and whatever. So, we still have quite a bit of time left. Yes, streamer, take care of yourself. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll go get something to drink. Maybe I'll get myself a drink and then I'll come back if you want to check it out, what we can do that would be kind of fun. Oh, and we're gonna give Cerulean. I think we'll give Cerulean Poet a point for that idea to take a break because it is a good idea. All right, let's get our Canva. 1 point for Bronze Sword, and we'll give another point to. Okay, so we got 2 points here, and then we're gonna maybe at the end we'll put these into the fairies leaderboard because. Right now, we're gonna do smudge. Okay. Let's do this. I'm putting this on top of the Canva. We're gonna write stream. We're gonna write be back soon. Okay. I'm gonna write actual. Okay. This is our Be Back Soon scream. And then we'll make this. What's a nice font? Oh, that's cute. Isn't that cute? Okay, Be Back Soon. And then we will put oh, that's pretty. We'll put a little butterfly. And that one I think might not show up that great because it's green. Okay. Okay. And we'll put something, we'll put some sparkles, animated sparkles. That's cute. Am I right? Do we like that? Bronze bee. Also following along a bit, I posted what I made in Share Creations. Hell yes! Oh my goodness! What? I feel like this might be, I might be getting trolled right now. Be back soon. Yeah, maybe we'll put a bee in there. Bee. There we go. Oh, this bee is moving. Animated bee. Okay. That's great. Doesn't it look good? I think it looks fantastic. Wow. What a wonderful thing. If anyone else has any suggestions for what you should put on our Be Back Soon screen, let me know. This is great. We can reuse this. You know what's sick is we can reuse this later. Yeah, we can actually if we want to. We can reuse this, but I think it's fun to make a new one every time because it's really easy. Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll say hi to Charlie. He's over there on the bed, and I'll be back because I do want to finish this tutorial, and we have a few minutes left in the actual video that I'm following, but that means it's going to take me a while to actually finish it. So, see y'all in a minute, and stick around or don't. Maybe you have stuff to do. All right. Hello, special boy. Smallest boy. Smallest boy. Oh, yeah, I'm still streaming. Oh. Wait a second. I just remembered that Bronze Sword said that he posted something in Share Creations. birthday present. Oh wait, it looks like Bronzesword actually did do something. Okay, I'm gonna look at that after my break. It looks like I thought Bronzesword was trolling me, but I think Bronzesword actually did do something. So it did post something related to what we were doing in share creation. So I'll check that out later. Okay. Okay. We're back. Stretch break. Yeah, it's good to take a break. So we are still here. We are going to let me make sure that is my mic back? Yeah. Okay. So we are back. Let me get that Canva. We'll take away our Be Back Soon sign. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll just make a new project. And we'll take this stuff away. Let me make sure it's working. Okay. All right, we are back. That was fun. I really like making a Be Back Soon on stream. I think that's really fun. So I took a little break. I got a drink. This is limeade with sparkling water and a little bit of rose water in it, because rose water makes me feel like a fairy, like I'm eating flowers. So I like that. And then I also got pumpkin seeds. So yeah, I had to get a special drink. It's not alcoholic, actually. This is a family stream. Can I crunch these really loud seeds? Can you hear that? Can you hear me crunching my seeds? Let me know if you can hear me crunching my seeds. Sunflower seeds, or whatever. Pumpkin seeds. Now, I had something important I needed to do. Oh. Check it out. Here's our lesson. Here's my Discord. We actually have something from Bronze Sword in Share Creations. It's a bouncing cube! Now it says bouncy ball. This is from the Bronze Sword from Share Creations. Now I noticed that the title is Bouncy Ball. It appears to be... It does appear to be a cube. But it's bouncing. And I see that the... that's real goofy. And I see that the... this plane that's the floor here is a green color, which is fun. So... that's great. Love that. Okay. Always love Share Creations. Love checking out that channel. We'll give it a little we'll put my little alien on it. Oh, we'll give it Caramel Wow. This is a emoji made by Caramel Games. We have Caramel Wow, Caramel WTF, and Caramel Angry, I think, or something. So a little bit of Caramel Wow on there. Oh yeah, Bronze Sword was ready with the Caramel Wow. Bronze Sword has sent me a message. I hope it's not something that says something about how I have bad audio or something. Oh, okay, Bronze Sword has sent me a DM saying Tuesday, 12 p.m. Pacific / 3 p.m. Eastern. I think this is a good time for us. So Bronze Sword and I are going to do a play stream together, which we haven't done in a while. Having a guest on the stream, having Bronze Sword, and we're going to play Dot Big Bang, which is a pixel art UGC platform. So that's going to be really fun. I'll announce that more widely later. But if you're in the chat now, you're the first to know. Bronze Sword and I are going to do a stream on Tuesday. It's going to be fun. Cerulean Put's going to go eat dinner. Called it Bouncy Ball, but after posting I realized it was a cube. When you post... So before you posted it, you said, this is a ball. I love this bouncy ball. And then you posted it and you said, oh, I thought it was a ball, but it's actually a cube. Okay. All right, let's do what's next on the tutorial. And how many minutes do we have left? Like 4 minutes or something? We have 3 minutes left of this tutorial. So let's see how long it takes to get through 3 minutes of tutorial. It's 2:17 right now. How long do we think it's going to take? to get through 3 minutes of tutorial? I would say 20 minutes. I say it's going to take 20 minutes. I say we're going to be done with this tutorial by 2:45. Let's say I think we're going to be done by 2:40. Okay? We'll see if I'm right. All right.
Move them. So I need to be in pose mode for that.
Pose mode.
Let's go up to pose mode. And let's start moving our bones. And now you can see.
I'm lost already. I forgot how to get to pose mode. Okay. Alright, first of all, I'm already lost. I forgot how to go to pose mode. So, great, right? Fantastic. Okay, wait, we need to get rid of course content. We don't need that anymore. Okay, now look at me. I forgot how to go to pose mode. So, let's figure that out. Tab. How do I get to pose mode? Help. Edit mode? Sculpt mode? This is rude. Oh, wait. Do I have to be clicked on it? Okay. Rude. How do I get to pose mode? I'm losing my mind. How do I get... What in the hell? Object mode, edit mode, sculpt mode, vertex paint. I don't want any of that. I just want pose. How are... The hell? How are you getting to pose mode, Grant Abbitt? How did I ever get to pose mode? That's the real question. Okay, wait.
Important to note that comes after the subdivision server. Okay, so let's click on our bones and try and move them. So I need to be in pose mode for that. So
okay,
let's go up
click on my bones and try to move them. Now we'll go to pose mode. Haha, we need to be clicking the bones. Okay.
Pose mode. And let's start moving our bones.
Wow, look at that. Haha, look at that. We moved the snake by moving the bones. Did you ever think of that? That's awesome. Look at this, we're getting so far in just one tutorial. Surprisingly accurate. I don't know what that was referring to when Bronzeword said that. You know what's accurate? Is this bee? Is that cool? Getting a little loony here. Been streaming for a bit. Should we change my Snapchat filter? Let's change the Snapchat filter while I'm thinking about it. Alright. What's a good one? That's pretty. Sparkles. What about, some of these really modify your face in very weird ways. I really like... Oh, this is a new one that I recently found. I think it's kind of pretty. What about that? It's pretty, it's like a fun halo. Okay. Alright, what's next?
See that our snake, if we can call him that, or a bendy match in this case, is moving with it.
That's
now,
amazing.
If you're having any problems, there could be a couple of issues.
Okay.
I'll select all my bones, Alt-R to reset
Okay,
them.
no, that's a trick. It doesn't work. Okay? Alt-R does not work. That is a lie and that is a trick. Does not work, okay? And that's rude. Alt-R doesn't work. I don't know why. Alright, someone help me. Why doesn't it work? Alt-R. Whatever, what if we do Control-R? Okay, that's not right. Okay, stop it. Okay. A. We spent a long damn time trying to figure this out last time. And it didn't work. So, I think that's really rude that it's not working. Time for me to have lunch. Bye-bye. Good luck. Thank you. The last 3 minutes. Yeah, the last, thanks, Brown Sword. The last 3 minutes of the tutorial, not the last 3 minutes of me working on it, because it's going to be a while, especially because I can't get Alt-R to work. Okay. Reset rotation. Blender. Okay. Alt-R! No! Alt-R resets rotation. Let me know in the chat if you know why Alt-R isn't working. Okay, because I'm trying to reset the rotation. I think the R is not showing. Okay, so the Alt-R is not working, and I don't know why, and it's making me really mad. So I have to do it all, like, I have to just do it manually, I guess. So we'll just do this. We'll set the rotation. Yeah, Alt-R doesn't work, and I really don't know why. So that's something that I might ask. I might ask that in the, I might have to ask that in, I might ask that in the Grant Abbitt, Discord. Because I'm a part of Grant Abbitt's Discord. Okay, that sucks. Alright. And I feel like that might be a question I can ask other users in the Discord, and maybe they'll know what I did wrong here. Because Alt-R is certainly not working for me, and I can't spend another minute on figuring this out because it's making me so angry, and I don't think I'm going to ever figure it out until I ask someone for help. Okay.
And go back to object mode. I'll choose my mesh, and I'll press N to bring up the item transformations, and I've got my scale set to 1. Your scale does matter when you're rigging your characters, and it's a good idea to have it all set to 1. So have a think what the command is to reset your scale. So Control A to reset your scale.
Control A, reset scale.
If you followed along with me, your scale will be set to 1, so you'll be fine, because we edited our shape in edit mode.
Okay.
So we didn't change this in any way by scaling in object mode. If you did that by accident, then you will actually need to click on your mesh and delete the armature here. And also it's worth going to the object data properties and deleting all these vertex groups. The down arrow here, delete all groups, will do that for you. Then you can set your scale and re-parent using the automatic weights. The other thing you might come across is the actual weights themselves. So if I click on my armature again and go to pose mode and just rotate this, let's have a look at what's happening to our object.
Okay, yeah.
You can see it.
I noticed that was a little weird. Okay, so go back in pose mode. See, this has like a weird little thing here.
Deforms slightly, and that's the weight or the influence of each bone on the different areas of the mesh, and that's called the weights. So I'll go back to object mode with Control Tab and click on the mesh.
Okay, back into object mode with Control Tab. Whatever, we're in object mode, okay.
And I'll go to weight paint mode so you can see what's going on. I'll
weight
scroll
paint.
out just a touch. And
ooh, weight paint mode, that's fun. Alright, so how do I do that? Okay, weight paint. Okay. Okay.
It's showing me the weights for different bones. However, It's a bit confusing which bone is which. What it's actually showing me is the weight paint for this bone, and I haven't really got any way of changing to the other bones.
Okay.
So what we actually have to do is go to object mode and select both our objects, with the active object being our snake or the mesh, and then go to weight paint mode. Now I can hold control and left click.
Okay. Now, go back to weight paint. Weight paint. Okay. Okay.
And select both our objects, with the active object being our snake or the mesh, and then go to weight paint mode.
Okay, I did
now
that.
I can hold control and left click through our bones, so I can see the influence.
I can control and left click through our bones. Huh? Oh, I see it. Wow. Okay, cool. I don't know what it means, but I did it.
So red is fully influenced, all the way down to blue, which is no influence.
Okay.
So you can see it slowly moves across with each bone.
That was a mistake.
And this bone here doesn't have.
I don't know what I just did.
Fully.
What did I do? And it's not letting me control. Oh. All right, whatever. All right.
So the middle has some influence of this bone, which you can see just there with really light blue, and this bone as well with light blue. So that's understanding weights. And if we go up to the actual active tool and workspace settings, you can see that you can actually paint your weights color and change the influence of different areas for different bones.
Okay.
So I'll press N to get rid of this panel now, and just for a bit of fun, let's go back to object mode, click on our armature or our bones, into pose mode with Control Tab, and put your snake into a weird, strange position just to experiment with the effects that the bones have.
Okay,
and
so I'm gonna put our snake into a weird position. Okay. What does their weird position look like?
Tab, and put your snake into a weird, strange position just to experiment.
Okay, so we're just gonna put it in a weird position. Okay, I put it in a weird position.
Experiment with the effects that the bones have. And here's your challenge. If you're feeling confident, you could try animating this yourself. I will go through it in the next lecture, but it might be an idea to save your work, have a go at animating it yourself, and then see what I do in the next lecture.
We did get through it, okay.
Make sure you have saved your work ready for next time.
Okay, I saved my work. Okay, all right, so the next one we're gonna do is animating a snake. I'm not gonna do that right now. Grant Abbitt told me to practice seeing if I could animate the snacks. Grant Abbitt told me to try animating the snake myself. It's kind of scary. Should I try it? What time is it? Oh, I was right. I was wrong. I said it was going to take me till 2:40 to figure it out, and it took me till 2:30 to figure it out. Should we try animating the snake with no help? Based on the other tutorial that we did. Okay. Animation. Holy heck. Okay, here's our snakey. Now, we would add a keyframe, right? And how do we do that? Okay, we're already lost. File. What mode should we ban? Object mode? Ugh, I don't know. It's too hard. I don't think I can do this. I think I need help. Add. Nah, okay, so Grant Abbitt told me to try to do this by myself. Maybe I'll try to do it by myself next time I do these tutorials, but for now, I'm a little bit fried from spending so much time on this. So I'm not going to try to do that animation on my own. I'm going to actually just watch the tutorial and have Grant Abbitt tell me how to do it. Because I'm feeling a little wacky from so much tutorialing. But this has been fun. And don't forget, so I'm wrapping this up. I'm going to save my work. Here's my beautiful snake. I love it. It's great. It looks like kind of like a matchstick, but it's also a snake. And that's great. I've learned a lot through just a couple tutorials, so that's great. The goal is that I'm going to get better at, that I'm going to make some creatures and animate them, and it's going to be really cool. So that's what's the plan, and we did the plan. We did some creature stuff. The other thing is, don't forget, I have a new video out on YouTube. It's just a cute little vlog talking about making a collage and talking about my feelings. We will have an actual Fortnite creative tutorial out pretty soon that I'm working on. And don't forget to join the Discord if you're not already in the Discord. And yeah, the weekly art theme in the Discord right now is miniature. So keep creating, keep playing. I believe in you. I'll see you next Sunday too. This every Sunday we do this. It's not always Blender, but we do an art stream every Sunday. Also see you Tuesday for a play stream with the Bronze Sword at noon Pacific. Goodbye. Where's my OBS? All right. Good.